The Woman at the
The
Well,
people of
Part 4 of
Samaria
5.
hearing this lady talking about her story and thinking, what kind of man is this? Glory be to God. So she wasn't only an evangelist or evangelizing, but she was doing or working in the office of an apostle. Glory be to God in the highest. So we see, glory be to God in the highest, that this story explains to us that it wasn't a custom, glory, for a Jewish man to speak to a Samaritan woman. Glory be to God. To Samaritans, one, but even worse, for a Jewish man to speak to a Samaritan woman. But the third thing, for a Jewish man to speak to a Samaritan, to Samaritan woman, three, a Samaritan woman with such past problematic. Glory be to God in the highest. So we see that Jesus approach, or his approach that he used, was sharing the vessel with this woman of Samaria. And this was seen as unclean. Glory be to God. But Jesus, in his wisdom, knew what he was doing. Glory be to God. And she said, how can you, a man of the Jews or a Jews, speak to me and want to communicate with me because I am unclean? She identified it. The time that she went to draw the water tells us that she was staying away from the crowd and so forth, just going quickly, go get her water and go back. Glory be to God in the highest. Glory be to God. So we see that, we can almost understand that she was ostracized or she was looked down on. Glory be to God in the highest. We also see, glory, very sensitive. Glory be to God. We see, glory be to God, that this woman was longing to know the truth about worshiping God. Glory be to God. The truth about knowing God. Because when she was introduced, she received it well. Glory be to God. We see that there was a transformation, glory be to God, of the woman of Samaria as a sinner, glory be to God, in the highest, into a witness. Glory, from a sinner, glory be to God, to a witness, going to witness to the whole of Samaria, and people saying, I want to know this man, because this lady with this complex situation, he said, come see a man who told me all my deeds. Glory be to God. And we see that this story explain or is showing us, glory be to God in the highest, that there was a redemption of an outcast, or someone was seen as less important, or not significant, or whatever it may be. Glory be to God. Or not what many would see as fit or see as deserving to be telling others about Jesus. Lord, can you imagine if they were to say, out of this selection, including the woman of Samaria, who had 5 husbands, and the person she's speaking to, glory be to God, is not even her husband. Who would you choose? She wouldn't even be on the list of being chosen. Glory be to God. But we see that Jesus, glory be to God, saw that she was willing, her availability. And that's what we need to understand, that it's about availability, being available to be used. She was ready to be used. Glory be to God. And we see that she utilized, glory be to God, that calling, glory be to God in the highest, that which she was given when Jesus said, sin no more. Glory be to God, and go and glory be to God in the highest. Go and tell others about this event. Glory be to God. She was hungry and thirsting. She was available. Glory be to God. And in this story, we see the universality of God. We see that God's love is universal. Glory be to God. It extends to anyone and everyone, not just the ideal or the ones that were born holy and righteous, glory be to God, but to everyone and anyone who was willing, glory be to God, to serve God, who was willing, glory, to do the will and the work of God. Glory be to God in the highest. We also see, glory be to God, that this event, this story, is similar to the representation of the church. And what I mean when I say that it represented both Jews, glory be to God, and Gentiles. It was a representation of Jews and Gentiles. Glory be to God. The Jews not mixing with the Gentiles, the Jews and the Gentiles. The Gentiles staying away from the Jews because they feel that they weren't up there. They were nothing. They weren't deserving. Yes. Glory be to God in the highest. And we, seen everyone as deserving as our help by God's help. We must take this approach to see everyone, see others as deserving. They're good enough. Yes. Though they're not less significant or less important. The same way God take us up, fix us up, clean us up, and dash out some dirty, messy, smelly, foul things out of our lives and fix us up. It's the same way God can fix somebody up. Why do we think that God can fix us up, but God can't fix up someone else? Glory be to God in the highest, because we weren't born saints. Glory be to God. I don't know about anyone, but I was born sanctified. Glory be to God. There's a lot of things that I have to change and fix up, and that's a lot. Glory be to God, because the physical, the flesh will crave things of the world. The flesh will be enticed by the worldly things. So we have to make sure, glory be to God, that we understand that we were once sinners. Glory be to God, we once used to revel in sin. Glory be to God, we once used to, whether it's the dance or whether whatever it may be, drinking, fornicating, adultery. Glory be to God, wanting a lot of water. Glory be to God, like the woman at the well. Glory be to God in the highest. We have to remember that we, glory be to God, were once in sin. Glory be to God. And if God can pick us up and fix us and clean us up, He can clean up someone else. Sometimes when we see persons whose life probably wasn't the best, very clean as we would perceive it to be, glory be to God, we look down on them, we think that, oh, God cannot use them. We remember their past. We can't see that they've moved from the past and they're going into the future which the Lord is taking them. We keep reminding them about the past. We keep going for their past, bringing it to them when God says, I have forgiven your past. I have washed it away in the sea of forgetfulness. Glory be to God in the highest. So we see, glory be to God, that the woman of Samaria